That's what LA is all about. This is what the community is all about. Just coming together, sharing your talents, sharing your gifts, and displaying them.
Sport is a part of our life here, and we love excellence. And this facility lets kids come and families come and develop expertise in sports and in art and in music and all things that really make communities thrive.
Right here, 3, 2, 1. One more, and last one.
You know, in addition to LA84 and USC, this has been such a fantastic collaboration, so we're so blessed. And I feel like they are so blessed because our work is really all about providing these young artists with an opportunity to have their work make an impact on the community. So what better impact than to, promote this wonderful vision of bringing the Olympics back to Los Angeles and getting people excited.
And you're telling the stories of many people who strived really hard to make it to the Olympic and Paralympic Games. So you're telling some of those stories here.
I'm the lead artist and muralist for this, along with Juan Reyes.
How long have you been working on outdoor murals?
17 years. I started in Chicago. I worked with a group called Chicago Public Art Group and did exclusively murals to make my living out there in Philadelphia, Indiana, and Los Angeles.
Yeah, it's actually my first time working with Moses. Yeah, and it's been fun. It's been real rewarding. I'm learning as I go, and it's pretty fun.
He's a complete package. So, again, not only an artist, but really great with these young people, which is kind of the key to this project. And we really rely on our artists. We depend on them and we don't always get this because every artist is not skilled at this, to be a collaborator with the young people in the creation of the work.
I just got an email saying that they're looking for an artist to work on a project about Olympians of color. And they pretty much had me at that already. I actually knew Quincy Watch, who won the gold medal for the 200 when I was in junior high. He visited our classroom before he went to the Olympics and gave a talk. He was able to come and talk to our kids here and basically do for them what he did for me.
We've got a fantastic team here. You can't do this level of work if you don't have a great crew of young people. And of course, their training contributes, but also their passion and, commitment to actually getting it done.
You see how messy that is? So to actually clean it out, it just satisfies me.
During the day, we teach the kids and we work on physically painting the mural. Before that, we worked on designs, and then when I go home, I either work on more designs or painting the actual mural some more.
I do a lot of sketching, not really into painting.
Right.
So I decided to try this program out and improve my skills pretty much.
Have you learned anything?
Within painting, yeah, the way brushes are used, the different kinds of style.
What's been the most rewarding part of the job for you?
I think just seeing everybody grow and, getting to meet, some of the people here, having fun, having some real conversations. And they're in my age group, so we have a lot in common that we can share.
Yeah, they're doing definitely the majority. And then Juan and I, we do all of the finishes on the people, like the skin tones and the more realistic parts.
What makes a great outdoor mural?
You want a piece that speaks to the community that it's in. Now, whether it's something that, people automatically love or something that they don't necessarily love but that stirs the conversation, I think that's important. Something that engages the community. Want something that in general, though, that people will feel proud of and that beautifies the community.
And you guys totally know this with your art, right? And the other things you do, when you get a sense of accomplishment, you start to build on that and you feel more powerful and you feel like you have more opportunity and ability to do things. And that's what happened for me with sport, was rebuild my self-esteem. And once I did that, and I had a natural ability, which is really awesome, I started to win some things and I thought, wow, this is really cool. And then I started to realize that I could change the way people saw people with disabilities, because I had that idea that my life was over when I was injured, and I had trouble moving past that until I found sport.
And so I went out for track. It was something I fell in love with because it was the first time in my life that something that nobody could take away from me. Like your art, you know, nobody can mess it up. It wasn't politics. It wasn't the coach's favorite. My mom, my dad. It wasn't nothing that nobody could do. The harder I worked, the better I became. And that was the first time as a senior in high school that I was not afraid to display my gift, to display my talent. And by doing so, I was able to travel around the world, graduate from college, be an Olympian, and standing here today. So I just want to encourage everybody in the room, don't be afraid to display your gifts. That's all I got to say.
Keep trying new stuff. You know, just try new stuff. Ask questions, be curious. You know, get out there and don't be afraid of what you don't know. Because oftentimes when we're unfamiliar with something, we hold ourselves back because we don't understand it and we don't know it. And that really is a barrier to becoming the most we can be in life and being able to give back in life, because that's a huge piece of, you know, being able to feel like you've contributed.
There are just so many wonderful things that come from giving back to a community, things, and so much of it is tied back to the history of the Olympic movement.
It's what I love doing, and I love expressing myself through paint. You know, you can go ahead and check it out, and it's something else. You know, it drives you to another side, you know.
I was so delighted to come and see the art. I saw my friend Wilma Rudolph just jump off of the painting, and it's going to be so much fun to see the pictures outside, and when the project is finished, to thank the artists for their contribution to continuing this tradition of the Olympic movement.
Talk a little bit about the design, how the design came about.
We originally did a horizontal design because we were doing it on the fencing. We did a second horizontal design because we thought it was going to be on a wall. And then we had to completely alter it because these were going to cover windows. So they're very vertical, completely different design. So we redesigned it. We had probably 4 or 5 redesigns until we found something that we really liked. I looked at the windows and it automatically made me think of huge cathedrals and stained glass windows. That's where kind of the look came from. But the students in the program, they came up with a lot of the imagery. We taught them about the Olympics and some of the athletes, and they were the ones who had a lot of the great ideas that you now see in the final design.